Some people, the sensible ones, look at a car and see a tool. A metal box to get you from your boring house to your even more boring job. Practicality, fuel, economy, cup holders. I, however, am not one of those people. And if you're watching this, chances are, neither are you. We look at a car and see more. Passion art, a symphony of explosions and finely tuned metal. It's about the feeling, the noise tonight. We're not just looking at cars. Power. It's a word that gets thrown around a lot. We're talking about the kind of power that rearranges your internal organs. The kind of power that makes the earth tremble and small animals run for cover. This is the realm of the horsepower gods, and their creations are utterly, magnificently terrifying. First, let us kneel before the altar of the Bugatti Tourbillon. Forget everything you knew about the Chiron. They've taken a naturally aspirated V16 engine, and then they've bolted 3 electric motors to it. The result is 1,800 horsepower. That's not a number, it's a threat. Then there's the American contender, the Hennessy Venom F5. John Hennessy decided to build an engine he calls Fury. It's a brute. Enter the Rimac Nevera. This Croatian lunatic is fully electric. No pistons, no explosions, just the silent, terrifying surge of 1,914 horsepower delivered instantly. Driving the Nevera is like being fired from an electromagnetic railgun. Now, let's talk about the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute. Christian von Koenigsegg is less an engineer and more a wizard. The Jesko's 5.0-liter twin-turbo V8 produces up to 1,600 horsepower. The Lightspeed transmission has 9 gears and 7 clutches. The Lotus Evija brings 2,000 horsepower to the party, and we must mention the Titans from Dubai, the Devil 16. Is it real? Is it usable? Honestly, who cares? The sheer audacity of the concept is what matters. Each of these machines represents a different philosophy of power. The engineering required to keep these cars from simply tearing themselves apart is staggering. Right, enough about brute force. A car can have all the horsepower in the world, but if it looks like a garden shed, what's the point? This isn't about numbers on a spec sheet, it's about a line, a curve, a proportion that stops you in your tracks. Pagani Utopia. Where else to start? Pagani Utopia, driving on a winding Italian coastal road. Horatio Pagani crafts masterpieces. Aston Martin Valkyrie. A different kind of beauty. Every surface, every vent, every winglet, all to manage the air. Lamborghini Countach LPI 804, recreating an icon. Ferrari Daytona SP3 at sunset. Gordon Murray Automotive T.50, beauty and purity. Bugatti La Voiture Noire in a moody studio. Carbon fiber weave on a Koenigsegg, flawless under lights. Cold machine from solid aluminium Pagani switchgear. Supple hand-stitched leather inside an Aston Martin. Designers talk about tension and sensuality. Shapes that look in motion when parked. Sculpting with sheet metal, carbon fiber, glass, playing with light and shadow. On the open road against stunning backdrops, a ballet on tarmac. These are tactile delights, a feast for the senses. I certainly think so. And honestly, isn't making the world more beautiful, one ridiculously expensive hypercar at a time, a noble pursuit? Chapter 3. Speed. Raw, terrifying, glorious speed. Since the very first car coughed into life, the question has been the same. How fast can it go? To literally challenging the speed of sound on the ground. The current king, the official record holder, is the SSC Tuatara. That's not just fast, it's a speed that starts to mess with your perception of reality. Bugatti with the Chiron Supersport 300 Plus was the first to unofficially break the 300-mile-per-hour barrier. At that speed, you're covering the length of a football pitch every single second. Hennessy claims its Venom F5 is engineered to do over 311 miles per hour, or the magic 500 kilometers per hour. They haven't done it yet, but they are building up to it. The Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute is, by its own maker's admission, the fastest car they will ever make. With its incredibly low drag coefficient, they believe it can go, well, they won't say exactly, but the number is well north of 310 miles per hour. The Rimac Nevera can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 1.85 seconds. The Pininfarina Battista. 1,900 electric horsepower, 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. It's so violent, so instantaneous, it feels like you've been rear-ended by a planet. At these speeds, tires are on the verge of disintegrating. The heat generated is immense. The cars need active aerodynamics, wings that adjust, flaps that open and close. It's a battle of wills. The will of the driver against the survival instinct. The will of the engineers against the laws of physics. They are the pioneers, the record breakers, the legends that will be talked about for generations. Long may the speed wars continue. This is what happens when engineers are allowed to dream, and their dreams are nightmares for the laws of physics. Chapter 4. Size. Sheer, unapologetic road-hogging scale. Let's start with the undisputed king of oversized pickups, the Ford F450 Super Duty Limited. People take these and lift them, put on colossal tires, and turn them into rolling apartment blocks. When one of these pulls up behind you at a traffic light, it doesn't just fill your rear view mirror, it blots out the sun. I give you the Hennessy Mammoth 6X6. They take a Ram TRX truck, stretch it, add an entire extra axle and 2 more wheels, and then tune the engine to over 1,000 horsepower. Then there's the International CV Series truck. These things are so big they look like they should be hauling timber. But you see them parked outside fancy restaurants, and for the oligarch who has everything, there is the Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG 6X6. It was so utterly mad, so completely over the top, that Mercedes only made a handful. Rolls-Royce Phantom. The 8th generation is a masterclass in silent, effortless, enormous luxury. It's nearly 20 feet long in its extended wheelbase form. And in America, the Cadillac Escalade ESV. How do you make a 4, 5, or even 6-ton vehicle handle? The brakes on these things are the size of dinner plates. The suspension systems are incredibly complex, using air springs and adaptive dampers. The Dubai Shake with the giant Hummer H1, these aren't cars anymore, they are mobile follies. They serve absolutely no practical purpose, and that is precisely why they are so magnificent. They are inefficient, impractical, and often obnoxious. And in a world that's increasingly about being small and sensible, I for one am glad these magnificent oversized dinosaurs still roam the earth. So there you have it. The most powerful, the most beautiful, the fastest, the biggest. We've witnessed the fury of 2,000 electric horsepower. We've swooned at the artistry of a carbon fiber curve. These machines stir the emotions. They make you feel something. They are the stuff of dream. The heroes and villains of the automotive world. So the next time you see a sensible silver hatchback, remember what's possible. And on that bombshell, it's time to end. Good night.